Welcome to part one of the Economics Network Virtual Symposium on Online Teaching. I'm Dr. Dimitra Petropoulou, based at the LSE, and I'll be chairing the first live webinar session on the 8th of June. So the purpose of this video is, first of all, to welcome you to the session, and secondly, to run you through what we hope you'll be able to get out of this session, and also what to expect and how to prepare a little bit in advance of the live session next week. So let me begin by saying that the session will have three parts. The live session will have three parts. The first part is going to explore how we can think about adapting our current content for online or blended delivery. Part two will focus on engaging students asynchronously, where they will be working independently and not with each other necessarily, but independently, asynchronously in their own time, and how to organize that and how to engage them and through what platforms potentially. And part three is going to focus on the live sessions. How do we make our live sessions, for example, through Zoom, interactive when students are engaging synchronously, not in the classroom, but in an online virtual classroom? How could we make that an effective experience for our students? So the priority throughout everything we've organized is for the tips and to be very practical, very hands-on, and for us to demonstrate some of the principles in practice through the session. So in the same way that we might engage our students by giving them some content to review in advance of a live session, we're sort of mirroring that here by giving you a series of asynchronous materials for you to work through in anticipation of the session in a week from now. So the first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is our survey. I would really appreciate it if you took the few minutes required to fill that in. The purpose of this is twofold. First of all, to give us a sense of where the perceived challenges are with the transition to teaching online, and to better design our live session to meet the needs of our audience, but also to be able to present some of those results in the session itself. So it'd be really great if you could fill that in. In fact, it would be really great if you could forward it also to your colleagues within your respective departments, so we can get as big a sample of economics academics as possible who will be teaching online. So that'd be really great. Now to the asynchronous content in advance of next week. So Dr. Parama Chowdhury and Dr. Clodagh Jenkins, both of whom will be leading sessions within our live event, have put together a fantastic guide through CTEL. And this guide, which you can sort of click here to download, offers an array of principles, tips, and tools on how to change an economics course to make it more adaptable and resilient to things like COVID. So the idea here is not just to make changes in anticipation of the immediate concerns of next academic year, but the idea of learning design that is adaptable for the longer run. So changes that will actually stay with us and could actually enhance what we do. Dr. Jenkins has also put together a really nice short video where she goes through her rationale behind some of the things she does in her own course, and that's a really interesting watch as well. So maybe do engage with that. Now, in particular for part one, it's chapters 2 and 3 we'd like you to engage with, that give the underlying principles behind the sort of rationale for thinking through these things. So it gives some context to what we'll be doing in the live session. Now, Dr. Mike Reynolds from the University of Leeds has also prepared 2 videos that you can have a look at. And here he unpicks 2 aspects of his experience in teaching online. The first aspect is the student learning journey. So thinking about what students are doing and when, and then thinking about the tools that can be used to engage with these the students and help them along their learning journey. So both the journey itself and the tools, which is really interesting. For part 2, John Guest will be introducing the Piazza discussion board platform and showing us live why it's incredibly useful and all the fantastic features that really help students engage both with the course and with each other, and fancy tricks and tips for getting that to work. Now, in anticipation of this event, you can click on this link and sign up. And you can join our event, our class for the 8th of June, and this will allow you to engage with Piazza during the live session as well. And there's a video here if you click on this little image where John is talking you through how to register, which is great. Dr. Liliana Harding from the University of East Anglia has put together a great video. Again, if you click on Liliana's image here, you'll get into her video and you'll be able to see how she has thought about getting students to collaborate asynchronously in order to do work together. And that's a really interesting video, and how she's been thinking about this in the context also of final assessment for a European economy module. So very interesting there. Colleagues from De Montfort University has also provided some further ideas on how to encourage an online community of learners, so that's something you might want to engage with also. Last but not least, for part 3, I'd invite you to go back to the CTEL guide and have a look at chapter 4, and this will give a lot of insights as to how we can actually engage students synchronously. One other aspect I'd really like to point out is maybe you might want to do a little bit of reading on the use of audience response systems, or clickers, or polling technology, however you want to think about it. Polling is an interesting way in which we can engage students during live sessions, and we'll be demonstrating some of that on the day as well. So you might want to read about that. A few words here on what you can expect from the session. We'll be doing as many interactive elements as possible to really demonstrate on the day some of the things that you can do in the online classroom. I hope this has been useful and you enjoy the content. Looking forward to seeing you all in a week. Bye.